June 5th, National Ketchup Day. So today, we're going to just try something that we've never done before. We're going to try to make our own ketchup today, a spicy ketchup. Sounds interesting. It'll stay in the fridge for about a month, I think they said. So considering it's summertime and you're going to use a lot of ketchup grilling and stuff outside, why not make a big batch and have it for the summer? Or at least for half the summer, or a month of the summer, or something like that. We're going to try it. Hey, you never know. Could be great, could suck. We'll see when we get there. But anyway, let me show you what you need for today. Let's get this one done. This is a condiment day. Okay, for our spicy ketchup today, you will need 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a medium onion chopped, 1 clove of garlic minced, a heaping tablespoon of tomato paste, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of ground mustard, a half a teaspoon of smoked paprika, a big pinch of ground cloves, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground allspice, half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes with juice, a half a cup of brown sugar, and a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Okay, let's get started. So I have my 2 tablespoons of olive oil in my 3-quart pot here. I'm going to add my onions, and I'm going to saute them till they're nice and translucent and tender, okay? Okay, and then once your onions are starting to brown up a little bit and get translucent, add your garlic, and you're just going to cook that for about a minute, okay? Because you don't want to burn your garlic. You just kind of want to toast it up a little bit. Okay, and then to that we're going to add our tomato paste, okay? And all of our spices, our crushed red pepper, our smoked paprika, our mustard, our salt, kind of. I get stuck with the humidity. Our ground cloves, our allspice, okay, and we're just going to mix that all in really good. You can smell right away how everything, just all the spices really just start kicking up right away. Okay, and then once that's all fragrant and together here, you're going to add your brown sugar. Okay, your cider vinegar, and your tomatoes. Now, a couple things, just while we're going along here. Your onions, don't worry if they're really chopped or not so chopped if they're bigger pieces, okay? Because, I'm going to tell you too, same thing with my tomatoes here. All I had, it's a 24-ounce can of tomatoes, I believe, and it said chopped tomatoes in the juice. Well, all I had was whole plum tomatoes peeled. So what I did was it's the same amount, I just cut it up into pieces and used that rather than having to go buy a separate can of crushed. Because what you're going to do at the end, once you've cooked this all down, is you're going to use an immersion blender if you have one, or a regular blender. I have an immersion blender. And we're going to puree this whole thing anyway. So that's why it really doesn't matter how big your onions are or your tomatoes are or whatever. You know what I mean? Okay? So we got everything in our pot now, right? Yeah, everything's in. So now we're going to let this simmer and cook for about 45 minutes, okay, to really just get all the flavors going here. I'm sure it's going to thicken up and get to be like a ketchup consistency. But we'll see. We never know. We never did this before. Alrighty, so we'll see you in about 45. I don't think you have to stir this the entire time, but you do have to come back and stir it every now and then, okay? Not a babysit one, but you got to look in on it. See you in a bit. Okay, so we cooked our mixture here for about 45 minutes. It really kind of thickened up. I don't know if you can see that. It got really thick, but it's chunky because of the tomatoes and the onions and everything else. So what we want to do now, if you're lucky enough to have an immersion blender, I am. Thankfully, it's a very old one. I'm just going to go in here. I let this cool down just a little bit, okay? And I'm just going to make sure that I puree these tomatoes, okay, because we want to make everything smooth. Now, make it as smooth as possible, but you're going to put this through a strainer anyway to take out any of the seeds and stuff. You can leave it just like that if you want. It'll probably seem more like a relish, but I'm going to do the straining thing just to get rid of the seeds and stuff, and it'll take any big chunks out. Alrighty, so I'm just going to puree this first, and then we'll be back to straining. Okay, never mind. I was going to strain it through and it comes out like water. So I'm leaving it chunky just like that. Okay, but it tastes really good hot, which we just tasted now. So I'm just going to put it into a container. I'm going to let it cool down. Then I'm going to put it in the fridge. And then tonight, when I get home from work, I'm going to take it out and we'll try it cold so we can see exactly what our spicy ketchup is going to taste like when we use it for something cold. Okay? Like I said, it tastes almost barbecue sauce-ish so far. So I'm anxious to see what it's going to taste like when it's chilled down. Okay? So we'll see you in a bunch of hours later on tonight and we'll give it a shot. See what it tastes like. Alrighty? See you later, everybody. Alrighty. So it's been a bunch of hours and it's nice and chilled. So let's see what we got here. It smells like ketchup. It's a nice thick sauce, or ketchup rather. So it's a spicy ketchup. Let's try it cold. I know I should probably dip it in something or put it on something, but that's alright. Like usual, I'm a purist and I like to taste it for what it is first, okay? Let me tell you, this is a really good, oh, there's the heat. Ooh, you get a nice heat on the end there. Yeah, this is a really, really, really good homemade spicy ketchup. I can't wait to use this on something. I mean, I made a big container of it. But yeah, this will definitely go towards something. I just don't know what to put it on. I'll have to think about this one. But yeah, this one's a nice one to try. You don't have to use as much pepper flake or leave off the pepper flakes altogether if you don't like spicy. And it would still make a nice ketchup. It almost tastes, with this, you can taste the smoked paprika in it too. So it kind of has this smoky quality to it. It's almost barbecue sauce-ish, like I've been saying throughout the whole video. But really, really good. And just as good cold as it was warm, coming fresh out of the pot. Alrighty, so happy ketchup day, everybody. Have some ketchup with fries or something, and see you tomorrow.